We are interviewing today Peggy Dill. Peggy's a member of JCPC, and towards the end of May, you had a very exciting opportunity to go on a mission trip. And so, where did you go? How long were you there? And you went with an organization. So tell us about that.
I went to Angola, Louisiana, which is a maximum security prison. We were gone for three days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and came back on Sunday. It was a trip to go to help the inmates reunite with their siblings or children or grandchildren or nieces and nephews. There was 34 in our group from St. Louis that went on a big, huge bus. But once we got down there, there was 484 volunteers.
Wow. And they were from different churches and
Correct.
different denominations?
All over the United States. We did hands to raise to see who came from California, who came from New York. So it was all over that people come back to help with this project.
And is this a project that's done on an annual basis?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Every year they've done it since 2004. The project is a carnival day for all the kids to come to spend time with their person in prison, and they get to do carnival games. They get to do blow-up rides, horseback, Ferris wheel, merry-go-round, have lunch, and just spend time with that person that they normally can't do on a regular visit because of the circumstances.
Yeah. Now, is this a minimum security or a maximum?
It is a maximum security.
Okay.
So we have some of them that are in there just for a little bit, and others that are lifetime sentences.
And I know I did some prison ministry a long time ago, and when you're in a maximum security prison as a prisoner, you're pretty much in your cell most of the time, and you get very little outside involvement. So I'm sure
this prison's exceptional, though.
Okay.
It is self-run. So they raise their own cattle. They raise their own vegetables. They sell hot sauce in the museum. They sell jelly in the museum that the prisoners have made. They made the casket for Billy Graham.
Wow.
So they make the caskets for the individuals that are there for life that are going to end up having to be buried there.
Yeah.
It is a self-run community. They call it a community. They have their own post office. The correction officers, they live on those grounds. Their kids live on those grounds.
Now, did you stay on the grounds?
We didn't stay on the grounds. There's no place for outside members to stay.
And then what specifically did you do while you were there?
So as different jobs to run the carnivals or to help with the lunches, I signed up to be a family assistant because you need somebody to help facilitate between the kids and the inmate. They haven't seen these kids in over a year, so they're not sure how they're supposed to interact with them and how they're supposed to help. So I, as a family assistant, went along with 6 kids. I had 3 girls and 3 boys from the range of 5 to 12 that were in there to see their Uncle Brandon. And Uncle Brandon didn't really share too much why he was in there or what and that's not needed. I didn't have to know. But the kids loved on him and he loved on the kids. He was a great uncle for that day. He helped tie shoes. He did the blow-up rides with them. He helped them get drinks.
What fun.
He was a good uncle for that day.
Yeah.
And that's the only time of year he can do that.
So what kind of feelings did you have while you were there? Did you have moments of joy? Was there moments of sadness?
It's a lot of different emotions, a lot of joy seeing these kids interact with the people they haven't seen in over a year, maybe 2 years, because they couldn't go the year before. At one particular point, the girls were waiting for the boys, and there was a little dog. It was a correction officer's dog, and she was a little afraid of it. She probably doesn't familiar with it. She said, I don't know that dog. And I'm like a mother hen and gather them all in and say, it's okay, it'll be all right. She said, no, but his eye is hurt. I said, okay, it's all right, we'll pray for him. We all gathered hands and we prayed for that dog right there, which was really sweet. Yeah. And these kids were just a great bunch of kids too. They were really polite, saying, yes, ma'am, thank you, ma'am, and taking care of they knew each other as nieces and nephews.
Sure.
So they were keeping track, making sure, where's he at, where are they at, and sharing, and it was a really good day.
So you gave us I think what I would call a God sighting. You know,
Mhm.
when we take our kids on mission trips, we always tell them to look
Right.
for God sightings. So was there another God sighting from that mission trip?
Lots of times. We had a video of somebody that had came to the prison, and the inmate was painting his daughter's fingernails or his relative's fingers, I don't know. Just different times where you could see that they wanted to do what they could while they were there. And the same for the kids. They're hugging on them and loving on them, and yeah, it was
Okay. Would you go back?
in a heartbeat.
Uh-huh. Are you
Yeah.
planning to go back? Is this?
Yes, I would
Okay.
like to go back. They have an additional program called the Guardians program, and in this program, the guardians that brought the kids, they can't stay. They go to a separate location,
Mhm.
and they have a lunch, and they have a speaker, and they get their nails done, and they get pampered for that day. But anyone 5 and under have to go with their guardians to this, and so they need somebody in the Guardian program now to help with the littler kids and to be an encourager for those guardians. And I think I want to try that next year.
All right, all right. And then just maybe one last thing. As a member of JCPC and part of our family, what could we do as a church family to either help out this mission effort or something else that you're planning on doing?
Well, I appreciate all the prayers, and the financial help was amazing. So yeah, just continue prayers for the inmates and for those kids all year long. 70% of kids that have people in prison are more likely than their peers to become prisoners themselves. So we got to pray for those kids, because that's the reason I did it. It's for the kids. They can't be blamed or shouldn't be punished for something that they had no part of, and yet they're suffering. They need the help and the guidance, and we just pray that they send angels down to guide them and help them make good choices.
All right. Peggy, thank you very much, and we will do that as a congregation. We'll lift up that location and all of those inmates and their families in our prayers. And thank you for your dedication to the mission work.
If anybody wants to join me next year, let me know.
All right, absolutely. Thank you
Thanks.
very much.
Thanks.